Hey everybody, I'm your man Dennis Pitzenbarger, Power Auto Media, SEMA coverage right here, and we're talking to Alan Johnson from Johnson Hot Rods. You know, when I took a look at this truck, my friend, I said, how many turbos are you using? You just looked at me and said, all of them.
Gotta have 4.
I mean, 100 plus pounds of boost. Let's talk about this truck, top to bottom, and what's powering it.
It's a 54 Chevy pickup we built for David Pilgrim out of Rockport, Texas. Family truck. His dad bought the truck new. He learned to drive in it, so pretty special deal for him and pretty special for us to get the opportunity to build it for him. Duramax power, you know, for setting it up for Bonneville and Texas Mile events. We wanted to be able to run different horsepower amounts. So S&S Diesel did all the tuning with Bosch Electronics and got us a real good power curve where we're not building monster torque like most of the diesel stuff. So,
talk about the truck and the build. When you build something with a specific purpose in mind, you have to look at it from so many different aspects. And last time I checked, a 1954 Chevy truck is not exactly an aerodynamic marvel. How do you overcome something like that and so many other things to build a truck that's capable of such speed?
Well, for this truck, what we started out with, we worked with Total Sim, which is a aerodynamic company in Columbus, Ohio. So we did CFD work on this before there was ever a piece of metal bent, piece of tubing cut, to where even though we couldn't change the body panels on the truck, we were able to optimize their aerodynamics on it by where components were placed and how we did things and still stay within the rules for SCTA in this class for this truck where there was no body modifications. I mean, we could pull the antenna off the truck and windshield wipers was the only body mod we could do to it. So,
when building this truck, obviously the motor goes with outstanding, 4 turbos, 100 pounds of boost, all kinds of horsepower, all kinds of speed and power. What's behind that? What transmission, what's set up as far as suspension? What do you have underneath the guts of this thing?
Well, again, per the rules for SCTA, for this class, we had to use 6 foot of the stock frame rail, which for a race car kind of screws everything up because you're trying to do tube chassis, best structure. All it did was throw 6 foot of something in the way for us. But, you know, with everything that we had to do working with SolidWorks on the truck to do all the design, you know, whether it was a part that we machined or fabricated or whatever, component placements, that made our job a whole lot easier. I mean, you can see how full everything is. Imagine trying to fit that one piece at a time, actually hands-on the truck. So doing everything in CAD really saved a lot of time and let us do what we needed to. We went to our go-to guy, Keith Dorton, on the engine. I mean, he's not known for diesel stuff, but if it's an engine, Keith can figure out how to make it make good power. And like I said, Duramax base. We did the air intercooler, ice water air intercooler, actually front and rear, so it's actually intercooled and aftercooled. So we've got 30 gallons of ice water going to each intercooler, 55 gallon a minute flow, so we're getting about a 40-degree final air intake charge with 100-degree ambient temperature.
Well, we know it's beyond just the horsepower. It's also just the amazing ability to make this truck, in a sense, look stock underneath the skin. What was the biggest hurdle in building a truck like this? Because making big horsepower and making speed sometimes isn't always something you can combine with looks and style. How did you overcome that?
Well, I mean, I try and treat everything that we do, you know, where customers wanting the best quality stuff we can give them, whether it's our fabrication skills or design skills or Keith doing the engine or using ARP fasteners. I mean, they're wanting the best of the best. It's why they're coming to us, and we try and do that. You know, whether you see it or don't see it, just because it's a race car doesn't mean it's got to be ugly or not have quality in it.
All right, Alan, you know what? A lot of people are going to want to follow along, including myself, on your quest to hit 250 miles an hour in this truck. How do we do that?
Well, first off, I want to thank ARP Fasteners for their help in supporting this project, and you can follow along at johnsonshotrodsshop.com.
You heard them. That's the place to go. SEMA show coverage right here, Power Auto Media.